Shalom Aleichem, sweetest friends. This year should be a special schus, Lilu Nishmas, Rav Chaim Yeshayo ben Rav David, Rav Adari Zichron Levracha, who really brought the Limud Sfas Emes to the world of the Shivot Hesder. And I was zocher to be a Talmud in Yeshivat HaKolta for 13 years. And he was a nifter not very long ago, on the 10th of Iyar. Today is Yom Yerushalayim. I have such fond memories of Yom Yerushalayim in Yeshivat HaKotel, dancing down to the Kotel, Tzali Varoni, Yoshev Etzion. I would lead the flock. And today, in all the yeshivas today, they're learning Sfas Emes, and Rav Adari, I think, was really the Nachshon. He was the pioneer. He was the trailblazer, as Rav Sabata pointed out in his Hesped. And therefore it should be Lili Nishmaso, and also Schus, my dear friend Rav Jeremy Warnick, who inspired these shiur in Breishis Breishis Tov Reish Lamed Aleph, the erste Shtickle in the Sefer Sfas Emes. Birashi Zal Moyo Lam Choser Menucha Ba Shabbos Ba Menucha Kol Sov Nigmara Hamelacha. On the pasuk of Vayechal Elokim Bayom HaShvi, that God concluded on the seventh day, Rashi says, what's the conclusion on the seventh day? What did God make on the seventh day? The world lacked Menucha. Comes Shabbos, comes Menucha. Kolsa, that's the Vayechal. Kolsa v'nigmara amalacha. The malacha was completed. Ki brias ha'olam hoya lahashpia or v'tuvo shel Hashem yizbarach. The purpose of the creation of the world was to be mashpia, to bring down the light and the goodness of Hashem. And it says in the Eitz Chaim, Shara Klalim in Perak Aleph, as brought in the B'nai Bina edition, he's got a lot of Mara Makomas for Kabbalah Svarim, because we know this Sfas Emes is all Kabbalah. But Olam Hazeh Shehu Teva, this world is Teva. And we're supposed to bring the purpose of creation is to be mashpia, the light and the goodness of Hashem, into this world, which is the world of nature. V'shal Shem Zeh Nikra Olam Al Shem Ehelem Kvod Hashem Be'olam Hazeh. The reason this world is called Olam, Olam is Milashon He'elem. He'elem means hidden. It's because Hashem is hiding in this world. It's a famous Maisa with the Chassidish Rebbe, who saw his daughter crying. He said, "Why are you crying?" And she said, "We're playing hide and go seek, and I hid, and no one's looking for me." The Rebbe said, "That's the way Hashem feels. He's hiding, and we're supposed to find him. We're supposed to find in this world of Teva. We're supposed to find the Rabbanu Shalom." In Likutei Torah of the Balatanya, in Parashat Shlach, he says, "Hine ribui hishtalshelus nishavim is et simtzum gomer v'helim gadol." There's a shtalshelus of olamos that originally was just HaKadosh Baruch Hu kiviyachol, and then the world keeps going. One world, another world, another world, another world, and as the worlds go, there are millions of them, billions of them. I never counted, loads, and each one gets more and more physical. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu's presence is more and more hidden as the hishtalshelus, as the chain goes down. And we're in the most physical world, so Hashem is the most hidden. That the koach Eloki that gives the world life was hidden. This godly force. And it was enclosed in many different covers, veils. Because we know the world, the world, the definition of the world is hidden. How do you define this world? The place where Hashem is hiding. I think that answers all the kashas. The Odyssey, why are bad things happening? Olam, because we're in the Olam. You don't see Hashem here. You have to look. If you look, you'll find him. Vada, you'll find him. As the Sfas Emes talks about in so many places. But on the surface, there are people walking around, very intelligent people, seemingly. They don't believe. Why? Because Hashem is doing a good job of hiding himself. Of course, his fingerprints are everywhere. We'll expand on that, believe Nether, in the future. So this world is the olam of Helim Kvod Hashem B'olam Hazeh. Kamo shekasav Adoni Avi Zikni Mori v'Rabbi Zecher Tzadik Livracha L'Chai Olam Habo. As my high grandfather Chidusharim writes, Ach kamo shetzarech lios hakol batal el ha mechavein oz nizgadel shemo yizbarach b'olam hazeh yoser d'chsiv vayar elkim kol asher asa v'nei tov meod Perush kamo shekasuv kol pol Hashem l'maneyu ki al klal lo l'mechuber b'koich hapoyol in ki befrat yesh dvarim shemisnagdim l'hakadusha aval b'chlal ne'emar kol bar l'chvodo. So what we have to do is we have to take all of everything we have in this world and we have to mechaber it, connect it back to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Because the klal has to go back to the Korach HaPoel. Who's the Korach HaPoel? Who's the power behind this world? The Rebbeinu Shalom. Vayar Elokim is kol asher asa v'nei tov mod. He saw the kol. He saw the klal ha'olam. That's mechuber to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. In other words, the world and the general concept of the world is all coming from Hashem. There are details of the world that are misnagit to Hashem. Ultimately, the world is all for the covet of Hashem. But there are details that aren't. So that when you talk about the call is for Hashem. You want to know the purpose of the world is to reveal Hashem. It's all going in that direction. And that's Tov Me'od. Our Hashem is Kol Hashem, Tov Me'od. But when it comes to the pratim, there are details in this creation that are misnaged l'kedusha, that are pos kedusha. He brings here in the footnotes, in the Bnei Bina edition, from the Likutim of the Rebbe and Sukkis, he says, V'hainu d'chsiv, vayar Elokim, right, the Sfas also says Likutim, besides his regular Sfarim, that we know he has Likutim. Vayar Elokim is kol asher, if I'm not mistaken, the Likutim were written by the Talmidim. And the Sfas that the regular Sfas is his own words. V'hainu d'chsiv, vayar Elokim is kol asher asa v'nei tov me'od. Darshu al yetzer hara. כי אבזה שזה לעומת זה עשה אלוקים, ובפרט יש דבר אשר הם נגד כבוד שמיים. אבל בכלל נעשה ריבוי כבוד שמיים מהכל. וגם הרע מסייע לזה ידי שהוא תוך הכלל. So it said that Hashem saw everything he made and it was very good. So I'll say very good is the Yetzer Hara. Because ultimately the Yetzer Hara combines with everything else in the world to make the world a good world. Well, the Yetzer Hara is also bringing kavod shemayim. On the surface it doesn't seem like that. It seems like the Yetzer Hara, its evil inclination, is opposing the glory of Hashem. But ultimately, that's also going to be mitzdarf, like the chelban and the ketaris, which is a bad-smelling herb, but it joins together in the ketaris and makes just an unbelievable. They found today, a few years ago, archaeologists, something like the ketaris, and the smell is just beyond belief, and it stuck for days in their clothing. It was just very, very powerfully amazing smell. So. But in there was the chelbana. The chelbana is very bad smell. But that's mitzdaref. It joins together. And so to the Yetzer Hara, even though that's on the surface, it's against Kedusha, but it's mitzdaref and it brings to greater kavod shemayim. That's what it means, that everything Hashem created was l'chvoidai. Hakol bara l'chvoidai. The klal, everything is l'chvoidai. Even though the pratim might not always be. Vein bi'acholos la'achnas atzmo ukarak ayidei bittul atzmusai ayidei she'odeh she'en lo mokom b'fnei atzmoi v'ayidei zeh nichnas l'toch ha'klal. What are we supposed to do? We're supposed to mevantel our atzmius, our own personal, individual wants and desires. And what do? We are mevantel ourselves, we nullify ourselves to Hashem, to the klal. Because the klal is for Hashem. And then you're machnes everything to the klal. Even the ra, even the evil goes into the klal. Because the tzaddik knows that it's all nothing, it's all vanity, it's all hot air. So the Yetzer Hara is. It was just created to overcome. By the way, people who are nichna, who succumb to evil, also know it. After they do it, they succumb to their taivas, and afterwards they just feel sick to their stomachs. Certain taivas, they go into depression, they need therapy, and they need medications. It just brings them down. Sin brings a person down. It's pashut. Not only for Klal Yisrael, for everybody. Every human being. Animals don't have it. I never interviewed one. I'm guessing. That's the human being. And the reason there is Ra is to overcome it. That's why there's Ra. Hakol bara l'chvodo. The klal is for the kavod of Hashem. Ve'al shem zeh koidem Shabbos haya olam chaser menucha. And that's what it means that before Shabbos, the world lacked rest. V'hu ha-Shabbos shekolel kol yemei ha-shavua. And that's Shabbos, which encompasses all the days of the week. In the Gemara, Agav, when they want to talk about a week, sometimes they call it a Shabbos. The whole week is called a Shabbos. In the Torah, Sheva Shabbos is Tamimas Tiyan. 7 weeks. Because Shabbos is kolel the whole week. Shabbos includes the whole week. Rishon l'Shabbos, Sheni b'Shabbos. It's all just subordinate Shabbos stuff. Ganze Sache is Shabbos. V'Shabbos, like it says in the Zohar HaKadosh, famously in Truma, de'esachodas b'rozo de'echot. Shabbos is unity, which is the secret of oneness. Shekol advarim misalim v'nasim echod miyuchadim. Everything is elevated on Shabbos to become special. Lios kli laHashem yizbarach lasos v'hem kirtzona, to become a vessel that Hashem should do His will. V'zeh shekasav v'vayichulu. What does it mean, vayichulu? Vayigmor. B'medrash shenase maise Breishis kli. The lashon of vayichulu, he finished dafka this lashon. It's a lashon of kli. That all of maise Breishis becomes a kli. And kli is milashon kol, milashon iskalos. It all becomes one. It all becomes one vessel for the ratzon of Hashem. That's what happens in Shabbos. Again, there's all deep Kabbalistic ideas, but just on a simple nigla level for unser shel rosh, for our mental capacities to understand that on Shabbos is the day that the whole world becomes a kli, becomes a vessel, one kli, a klal, a one general entity that brings the kavod of Shemayim. In the Sefer HaSchus, in the Chedush HaRim, in the Shabbos HaGadol, he writes, "Gemara l'Chashem Agdula zu Ma'aseh Breishis." The Gedula of Hashem is Ma'aseh Breishis. When it says in the pasuk L'Chashem Agdula, it's passing Divrei Yomim, we say every day in davening. So I'm a Ma'aseh Breishis. L'sheis mi ha'Ma'aseh haya kol echad levado u'v'Shabbos nigmar v'chiber hakol. That during the 6 days, everything was separate, and on Shabbos, everything was finished and became united into one organic whole. Shenira ha'mechuvin me'abriya l'chvodo barasiv. On Shabbos, you can see, if you have good eyes, gita oigen, you can see that on Shabbos, the purpose of Hashem's creation, l'chvodi, to bring out kavod Hashem, this goodness, this light, this kedusha, this simcha, it's supposed to happen on Shabbos. That's when the mechuvin of the bria emerges. And how everything created is towards this purpose. And it says in Parashas Pinchas, in the Sefer HaSchus, that the Shem of HaKadosh Baruch Hu was Shalom. Shalom is Lashon Shleimus. That on Shabbos, everything comes together to this Shleimus to bring kavod Shemayim. Sfas Emes continues, the parish vayichulu miloshen kol sonafshi. Moiridik. Vayichulu, again, every word in the Torah is so meduyak. Vayichulu means everything was finished. Chulu hashemayim ba'aretz v'chol tzad. But it's also miloshen kol sonafshi. Kol sonafshi. What does that mean? It means that my soul yearns. Dr. Medrash, ein vayichulu el lashon taiva. It's this nichsava v'gam kol son nafshi l'chatzas Hashem. Libi u'sari yiranu el kel chai. This vayichulu is lashon of klois nefesh, of this overwhelming desire. What's the desire? What's the taiva? Taiva is nicht to get the zach usually, right? We don't like taivas. Meshkichim say to stay away from them. Avoid them. Run away. Aber there are taivas that are very good. Taivas that you should mamish jump in the sea of these taivas. What am I referring to? Ki hu habitul shekol dover mizbatel lenekuda chiyus sheyesh behem Hashem yisbarach. That everything is nullified to this point of life, of vitality, of godliness that is inheres within them. That's batel to Hashem, that has godliness to it. So in other words, the taiva is to nullify, to become one with Hashem, like it says in the Zohar HaKadosh, famous line quoted on this from Lishtava begufa de malka, to be swept up into the body of the king Kiviyachol, to become one with Hashem. This taiva to be close to Hashem, shir shirim. That's the Vayichal. And now the Bria wants to become close. That's Shabbos. Vayichal kim b'yom hashvi. And Yom hashvi want to come close to Hashem. V'zenik menucha. She shvisis hakol u'makom v'shoresh hakol. What does it mean, menucha? Menucha is when you're at your point where you're supposed to be. That's the menucha. Get home after a long day of work. Going here, you're going there. It's menucha. Sit in your lazy boy chair in your room. You relax. A hot cup of coffee or tea. And you have menucha. You reached your place. Shabbos is when the Bria reaches its place. It says in Lakutim in Parshas Breishis, Dibar Masel B'Zohar HaKadosh, V'nekuda zu shel ha-malchus hi ha-mechaya kol ha-lomas, kein dover shein lo makom. V'hainu sheyesh b'chol dover sheb'olam b'chinas malchus shamayim, v'hainu ha'koras kvod Hashem shiyuchel the matzos midover zeh. V'nekuda zu mechaya ha-dover, v'nikra makom sheb'chinas ani makom shalom. Everything has a makom. Ein lecha dover shein lo makom. Meaning that everything has some nekuda of Malchus Shemaim, of Kavod Hashem, of godliness in it. And then the Menucha is that it's Ein Lecha Davar Shein Lo Makom. It goes back to that place of this Nekuda of God's Chiyus, of God's vitality. And Hashem is called Makom. He's Makom Shalom. Meaning when you are in the right place, that's when you're with Hashem. So it means God's called Makom. He's the place. Baruch HaMakom Baruch Hu. Because that's where we're all supposed to go. That's our place. That's where we have true existence, and that's where we have true menucha. Because you have menucha when you've reached your purpose. And that's the purpose. The purpose is to be in that place. And what's Shabbos? Shabbos is shvisu menucha. In other words, that it's resting now. It's not going anywhere. It's not running around. On Shabbos, it goes back to the source. It goes back to its shoresh, to its makom. Now it's in the right makom. On the seventh day, Al Yetze Ishma Makom with the Torah. Don't go out of your makom. Your makom is here. Your makom is with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. You don't have to go do any other stuff. You don't have to travel. You don't have to leave the tchum. You're not allowed to leave the tchum. That's why you're not allowed to leave tchum. You're not allowed to go out. You're not allowed to go from Mishasiyach, bring something carry from Mishasiyach to Sarabim, or vice versa. No changing makomos. The whole world is now a makom of Hashem. What are you changing from Rishus to Rishus? And Hashem is called the makom of the olam. Vayifka b'makom, it says about Yaakov Avinu. Vayaris ha'makom me'rochok. Chazal say about Avram Avinu. He saw the makom. He saw this cloud over it. That's HaKadosh Baruch Hu. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is the makom. That's the true place. Makom is Miloshin Makayim. That it gives it existence. That's the existence we have. It's our place. That's where we exist, within that place. And the true place is Hashem. So you have to go back. On Shabbos, you go to that place. During the week, we're here, we're there. We don't connect to that place so much. We're busy creating ourselves. We're busy doing things. Shabbos, your Shabbos, you go back to that, to the root of your existence. It's like so relaxing and calming. I don't have to be anybody else. I don't have to go anywhere else. I just want to be one with Hashem. That's Shabbos. V'zeh kolsa v'nigmar ha'melacha. The melacha is finished now. Ki zeh mechuven ha'briya. That's the purpose of the Bria. You don't have to do melacha anymore. You go back to your makom with Hashem, that nekud of chiyus of Hashem, of malchus shamayim, of kavod Hashem. V'amru Chazal, Kli machzik bracha hashalom, that the Kli, the vessel that's machzik the bracha, is what? What holds bracha in this world? Shalom. If you don't have peace, you don't have bracha. Everybody knows that. If you're living a life and you don't have peace and you're in fights with people, it's no bracha. V'zorah kadosh my Shabbos shmata kutchabrichu v'hu shalom. Shabbos is the name of Hashem, and that's shalom. I heard, I don't know if it's true. Probably it is. Why would they lie about something like this? But I heard that Rav Soloveitchik was makbid. He wouldn't say good Shabbos. He would say Shabbat Shalom. Shabbos is good. There's nothing wrong with saying good Shabbos. Don't get me wrong. I say it all the time. But Shabbat Shalom, Shabbos is the name of Hashem, which is Shalom. In other words, Shabbat Shalom or Shabbos Shalom. Nobody says Shabbos Shalom for whatever reason. But that encapsulates and describes and characterizes Shabbos much better than good Shabbos. Not just good. It's Shalom, it's Shleimus. It's a Kli Machzik Bracha. And that's the name of Hashem. The name of Hashem is Shalom. There's a question, are you allowed to say Shalom in a Beis HaMerchatz, in an unclean place? Uperish Shem, what does it mean that's the name of Hashem? Who is Galus Kavoidoi B'maisa Breishis Harochoi Kigamkein. It's the revelation of the glory of God in Maisa Breishis, as the Sfas says in Lekutim, Hashmatos L'Parshas V'Eschanan, the Perish Shem who is Pashtus, Ki B'chinas Hashem, B'richuk Mokoim, Yoiser Mizgadol, V'Agdolos Hashem B'richuk Mokom Hu. Aval Atzmuso Echad. In other words, there's the Atzmus of Hashem, there's Hashem himself. And then there's the Shem, that's the extension of the Atzmus, of the essence of Hashem. So when you talk about the Shem of Hashem, that's the Hashem spreading out, extending himself into this world, even far away from his Atzmus, into this physical world. Ki kodem habriya ya Hashem echad, before the world. Adon olam Hashem alach b'terem kol yitzir nevar, he was here before anything. U'b'chinas habriya hu shmo echad, like we say always in davening. V'ne'amar v'ya Hashem l'melech ha'aretz b'yom hahu, ya Hashem echad u'shmo echad. Hashem echad u'shmo echad. Why don't you say Hashem echad? I'd say his name is one. What does it mean? His name is one. Just say Hashem echad. Or say Shmo echad. No, two different things. Hashem is echad, b'atzmuso is echad. And then in the Bechin of the Bria, his Shem, which is how he extends, how he shows himself in this world. He reveals himself. That's also one. Kilaharu shlemusav, to show his perfection. And when the whole Bria nullifies itself to the Klal, what's the Klal of the Bria? What's the soul of creation? Knesset Yisrael, that's the spiritual entity, that's the Jewish people. That's what it means, Shmo Echad. Shmo Echad. Shmo Echad is when the whole Bria is misbattled to the Klal. V'amar kol asher neshama v'po Hashem Elokei Yisrael Melech. It's not just that everyone has to know God is king. God is king of the Jews. You have to know he's the God of the Jews. You have to be mizbatel to Knesset Yisrael. And that's Shemo Echad. And that's the revelation of God in this world is through Knesset Yisrael. That's Shemo Echad. V'uklila atzmusa yizbarach. And that's the Vayichulu. That's the Kli of God's Atzmus. In other words, God's Atzmus itself. Let's machshavat tfisa, we don't understand. But the Kli is in the Bria, is the Vayichulu, which is on Shabbos, which is the Shleimus of the Bria. When Hashem reveals himself in the Bria through Knesset Yisrael. So we understand a little bit what it means. The world lacked menucha, of coming back to its place, Shavas, to return, back to its place, to its source. The Raza de Echa, to this overarching unity of the world, Ba Shabbos, Ba Menucha, Kol Sivning Malachto, the Kol Sanavshi Lashem, they're making a Kli L'Machzik Bracha. We have a few Perushim of the Vayachulu. We have a little bit of a deeper understanding into what Shabbos is and what this world is. This world didn't have Menucha because it was far away from revealing Hashem. That's not Menucha. It's not rest when you don't know what's going on, when everything is hidden. But comes Shabbos, comes Menucha. There's a revelation of this godliness within the Helim, within this world of darkness. And that's why Hashem's name is Shalom. Is an extension of Hashem. His Atzmus comes into this world on Shabbos. So, obviously, it's a very, very tifin yanim, certainly beyond anything I can possibly comprehend. But The Fi Arcano on our level, and there's so many more. This is just the first shtickle of this Sfas Emes. And to give you an idea of the godless of this Sfas Emes, when he said this, he was all of 23 years old. It was his first year of his Rebistve, of being the Rebbe of the tens of thousands of Ger Hasidim. Imagine a Rebbe of so many people. He was an Ani Morid. Sfas Emes didn't take money for being a Rebbe. Kemat didn't take money for anything. His wife made I think she had a little store. She made a few dollars, a few kopecks. His son used to send his two sons to school, to the cheder, with an egg. Chetzi, chetzi. One son got half the egg, I think. Emes, and his other son got the other half. They used to split the egg. So, that was what he was. So poor, and yet so rich. And all the rich guys back then with all their money, who remembers them? They're all forgotten. In this Sfas Emes, there's not a day that goes by in the world where people aren't learning Sfas Emes, Sfas Shas, Sfas Torah. It's moiridik. And at this age, I'm saying he goes on, he gets older. But that's the first shtickle in Parshas Breishis, and Mitzvah Shem. We should have the emotional and spiritual, physical, financial means to continue these shiurim. And we have a long way to go. Siyata Dishmaya. Being Megala Kvod Hashem B'Briya, which is what this Sfas Emes is trying to help us do. Shalom, shalom, sweetest and most beloved friends.